my beautiful friends, I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for joining me today here on Lumiere. My name is Claire, and today's pick a card reading is the hidden truth in this connection. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the more shadowy energies and find out what's going on under the surface in this connection, really try and get to the core of things. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Keen. Keen are an amazing resource for connecting with gifted psychics, mediums and tarot readers. I use Keen myself. I've been a paying customer of theirs for about 2 years. I highly recommend them for connecting with people who are really genuine. So there are some great people on the Keen platform. Keen are offering Lumiere subscribers a 10-minute reading for just $1.99. So it's a really great deal. I will just let you know that if you do go ahead and have a reading with Keen, that I do receive a small commission, but thank you so much for supporting the brands that support this channel. All of the details of that $1.99 deal are in the description box below this video. So head on over to Keen and get your 10-minute reading. Okay, let's jump in. I've got 3 crystals for you today. Group 1 is the Celestite Cluster Crystal. Group 2 is the Aura Quartz Point. And Group 3 is the Amethyst Chevron Point. Let your intuition guide you. You are welcome to pause the video if you need more time to make your selection. Take as much time as you need and just listen to that quiet inner voice. It will guide you as to which of these groups will resonate with you most in your situation. When you are ready, the timestamps are listed below. Head to your timestamp and I will see you in a moment. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 1, the beautiful Celestite Cluster Crystal. It's so lovely and calming, very soothing energy here. Okay, let's begin with some oracle cards to check out the general energies, find out what's going on in this connection. What are the hidden energies between you and your person? See what's going on here. Oh my goodness, we have the card Wonders. Right, so I sense that there's a little bit of magic in this connection that sort of defies explanation. Just a lot of signs and synchronicities as well. Spirit is really saying that I'm hearing the words cosmic energy as well. So this could be a very spiritual connection, something that you haven't experienced before with somebody. But yeah, it's like a connection that goes across all space and time. May also be that it's like you recognize the magic in the other person, or they recognize the magic in you, your kind of specialness, your uniqueness here. So, but definitely the main message that I'm getting is that Spirit is really saying, look out for signs and synchronicities. I sense that there may be a lot of signs, angel numbers, synchronicities, little messages that you're getting maybe through songs about this connection anyway. This person is trying to connect with you through these signs, or just that Spirit is pointing you in the right direction and just like helping you to kind of trust in the process through these angel numbers or these signs. And to connect, like part of this connection is for you to connect more to your spiritual self. So not relying so much on what you see with your eyes or kind of the 3D world and letting that kind of guide you as to what's going on, but really listening to your heart, listening to your intuition. And Spirit is saying that there's something about this connection underlying it, which is really saying, look, you can develop your intuition as a result of this connection. It's kind of a catalyst for exploring those energies and expanding those energies between you. We get the card Pleasure as well. So a lot of sensuality in this connection, just a lot of enjoyment in each other's company. This is this feels like abundance to me. This is a very expansive energy that you can spend really good time together. You really resonate with one another. A lot of good feeling energy, right? When you're together with this person, it's just like they really light you up, or you really light them up. You can experience a lot of pleasure together. I feel like sexually, if you're not asexual or whatever, if you're into that, then this is a really good match, right, for you both, that you kind of really fit together, and that you are able to kind of flow energy between one another and to give and receive, which really kind of lifts you up, makes you feel wonderful, right? That's what I'm hearing. Let's pick one of these from the Lover's Oracle. I love this actually. There's a deer image on here. as well. So that may be a sign for you in this connection, but there is this beautiful gateway here. It's like this kind of gateway to pleasure that I'm seeing, into something that feels like otherworldly, or just like takes you out of your normal feelings, or kind of your normal bandwidth of experiencing life and your normal routine, you know, which ties in with that feeling of wonder, of like things being a little bit kind of magical, or just that feeling. What I'm hearing is like feeling elevated as a result of this connection, or of knowing each other, right? Oh my goodness, we get this card. Again, that energy of kind of giving and receiving, that I'm seeing like an infinity loop of sharing energy with one another across all time and space, regardless of whether or not you're together. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. So if there are challenges between you or difficulties in communication, this is something that you can do for yourself. And it's so lovely. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light, that beautiful bubble of white light, and you cocooned in that light, illuminating all things, bringing illumination, which is clarity, which is understanding, which is connection, right? I'm really feeling it in my heart space, right? Imagine you both in that. So instead of like connecting to those energies of like, this is difficult, or love is difficult, or I don't understand what's going on here. Again, this message about your intuition. Okay, listen to your intuition, because it will guide you and tell you what's going on and bring healing to both of you. I sense that this is a very healing connection. Like I was saying, it's a catalyst for going deeper, right? For deeper into your intuition, for deeper into your spiritual self, for kind of releasing your grip on your ego or the kind of 3D world, right? Remember, these readings can resonate vice versa, so it could be you, it could be them, in order to connect more to your true self, your authentic self, your spiritual nature, right? And this is the key to this, and that's going to bring a lot of spiritual healing for you, maybe even physical healing for some of you, right? Just by raising your vibration. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. I'm running out of room already. Okay, so the general theme of this reading is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So there's this strong energy here of feeling stuck or stagnant, of like being in limbo a little bit. Maybe you're just like, I want this to move forward, or where is this going? This is the main message that I'm getting, is that you don't really know kind of where this is going, or that it feels very undefined, or that it doesn't have, maybe it's on again, off again, or it just doesn't have a very clear direction. Hey, sorry, I just had to take a break from a moment because of all the noise that my bunnies were making. It was really super distracting. So this feels like something that's on pause, that maybe is halted, but definitely this strong energy of just not knowing which direction to go. And I also wanted to say that even if you are asexual, there's still a lot of pleasure in this connection of kind of sharing one another's company, sharing ideas, sharing affection maybe as well. So yes, let's have a look at what's going on between you. Just wanted to check that I didn't have the deck upside down. It hasn't happened before, but you never know. Okay, so you get Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Page of Swords. So again, there's this energy of just like, we're at this stage now where we've invested some time in this, you know, we've kind of come so far, we've got to know each other, we understand each other a little bit, and it feels like, what are we going to do now for the future with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse? It's just like, it's like the future of this connection really kind of hangs in the balance, is what I'm seeing here. It's like, do we want to continue to invest in this for the long term? So yeah, you've shared some time together, maybe you've been together for a little while, maybe you've been dating, whatever it is. You've invested in one another in terms of time, in terms of energy, in terms of feelings and emotions, right? You've made a connection there that's very beautiful, but it's just like, what hangs in the balance is what's going to happen for the long term. You know, does this have a future, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. It's kind of what you want to know. And it's like with this Page of Swords, you're just like, I want answers. This is what I'm picking up on here. There's this energy of just like, oh, I want clarity, or I want answers. there is this curiosity here for somebody of just like, well, I am curious about where this might go for the future, right? Which is why what I'm seeing is that they're half in, half out, or somebody is, or you both are, right? There's something here where there's kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's the image that I'm getting. Okay, so they're kind of, someone in this connection is in because of the investment, because of the connection that's there, but out because they don't know what they want for the future. But they are curious about possibly exploring that, right? They're just like, yeah, I could see a future with you, but I'm not sure about what it is that I want, right? So this is what I'm saying. So there's this curiosity. It's bringing up a lot of questions for them, is what I'm hearing. It's just like, there is this curiosity there. It's bringing up a lot of questions. Also, what I'm hearing from Spirit is there's a lot for you to talk about with that. It needs to come out in the open and be talked about in a mature way. So rather than trying to guess or kind of figure things out, maybe stuff needs to come out in the open a little bit. No ultimatums, no pressure, but just like, this is what feels good to me. I'd like to know what's going on in your heart, or how do you see this going, right? Because this energy of it kind of just drifting and being directionless, you know, maybe you're just kind of boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or whatever it is, but not, there's no talk of it going to the next level of moving in together or having a family or getting married or something like this, and you just feel like you're drifting. Or even if you're just in that flirtation stage, and you're just like, well, are you actually going to ask me out on a date? Is this actually going to happen? Am I wasting my time putting my energy into this? This is a question for you as well that's coming up. But I see in these cards of just like, am I wasting my time here? You know, am I being held? Am I just in a holding pattern? And am I really wasting my energy? You know, do I want to put more of my energy into this? This could be you actually, for some of you. Do I want to put more of my energy into this than I already have? This energy could be your energy of just like, I'm putting the brakes on this a little bit. I want to stop this, or I need a little bit of time, or I'm not sure because I feel like you're not 100% into this, or that you don't know where you're going, and so you have withdrawn a little bit of your energy, right? Or just, there's just a realization within you that you want to have a think about whether or not you want to continue to invest, right? Sorry, my hair is driving me bananas. Absolute bananas. Right. Let's see what other energies are here for you. Okay, you get the Emperor, Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups. So Aries energy showing up very strongly. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy as well. Interesting energies. It's like you're coming into this energy of, yeah, I am really clear about what it is that I want for your life as well. Not just for this connection, but for your life. It's like you see the vision for your life very clearly. Yes, I want to earn this amount of money. I want to drive this kind of car. I want to live in this kind of house. I want to work towards this. This is my next goal. This is what I'm working towards. I've got a plan, right? I see that here. Also that I see that you're holding space for this person, right? Maybe that's been quite a lot of space in terms of time. You've given them a lot of opportunity to come up with the goods, to tell you how they feel, to tell you about what it is that they want. You know, you've been very compassionate, very open in doing that, right? And just like giving them time to kind of get their act together to decide what it is that they want for the future, for this connection. But you're very sure about what it is that you want. There is this energy here under the surface with the Seven of Swords of feeling hurt by them in some way. It's just like you feel like there is resentment building is what I'm hearing, because you're just like, you feel like you're being treated unfairly in some way. You love them. There is this Ace of Cups here, right? You do love them, but there is this underlying energy which is bubbling away, which is just like, I feel like you're being unfair now. You know, that it's like they're taking too long, or they're pushing you too far, or whatever it is. And now you're just like, I'm starting to feel a little bit resentful or a little bit unsure about things. And it's making me doubt myself is what I'm hearing as well, that you're doubting yourself because they're not moving things forward, or they're not choosing you, or they're being vague, or they're not giving you answers, and then you're just like, well, there's this underlying shadow of doubt of just like, well, does that mean that I'm not good enough? Does that mean that I'm not chosen, right? So there's that coming in as well, but you do love them. So there is this really strong dichotomy within you, whereas on the one hand, you're feeling a little bit hard done by, and that they're not treating you fairly, and you're not happy with some of their behavior, but on the other hand, you're just like, but I still love you despite myself, despite everything that's happened, or despite how you're showing up, or despite your behavior, I still love you, right? I know what I want, and it's hurting me that you don't know what you want. It's making me really, really, really emotional. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Okay, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio showing up here again in your reading. Your person has got a core wound. It's so direct. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So this is the issue, right? They are so frightened to open their heart. Again, I'm getting really emotional, and I'm really feeling it in my heart space. This is a really strong direct message. Your person is afraid to, absolutely terrified, I would say, of opening their heart. So if you're just like, I can't quite connect to you, or they're just not like 100% committed, this is what the problem is. They want to give and receive love. They see that there is a beautiful opportunity here for love. They see you as a magical, loving person. But what you can do very easily, which is to give and receive love, they struggle with. They struggle with doing that. It's kind of not natural for them. They haven't got like a strong blueprint for doing that, or they're protecting themselves in some way. They're shielding themselves, and it's their heart space. The heart chakra is blocked with your person, right? You can't fix this for them. This is their own soul's journey. And it doesn't mean that it's forever, but opening their heart and connecting to love makes them feel very, very unsafe, and is very triggering for them. So you may find that there's a lot of hot and cold behavior, or a lot of stalling, or a lot of that kind of, pulling you in only to push you away. Under the surface, they've got this core wound of the heart space, where they are afraid to receive love, or that they feel unworthy of the love that you are offering. It's just like, they want to connect with that love, but they know that if that love were ever to go or be taken away, it would just break their heart, it would break their spirit, and they wouldn't be able to go on. It would be like the blow would be too much for them. So this is unspoken, this is their shadow self, this is what's underneath it all. It's a strong message. Okay, you get Page of Wands, the Devil, and the Six of Swords. So Leo's energy showing up here, Capricorn's energy as well. This is really good. I really like this. This is just like, there is this motivation here with this Page of Wands to overcome this aspect of themselves, to overcome their shadow self, and to be able to move forward with life. Right? I think it's really positive. Maybe this is the catalyst that I was talking about between you both. So this is how they've been showing up, and this is how they've always been. Right? But there is this strong impetus, this strong motivation. And again, this Page of Wands does indicate this sort of catalyst in them, where they're just like, I want to leave this part of me behind, this part of me that feels unworthy, this part of me that feels unlovable, or this trigger. They want to leave it behind in the past where it belongs, because it's just like, it's no longer serving them. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for this? So I just tell Spirit, I tend to do it in my head rather than out loud. It's just kind of how I operate. Like, what are they moving towards? If they're moving on from this energy, what are they moving towards? Right? You see this boat is going in a new direction, leaving something behind in order to go into a new horizon that you see in the card. And what do we get? The Lovers, Gemini's energy showing up here. Moving towards union, moving towards being able to connect to somebody. Heart to heart, soul to soul. This is the trigger. This is the process. And that kind of initiation. This relationship is like an initiation for them. So I think that's why we had all that spiritual energy at the beginning about looking for signs, about kind of trusting in things. Moving towards a union or a reunion, right? Soulmate energy, twin flame energy as well, if you resonate with that. I got chills, you guys. I love this reading so much. It's super, what is it? It's just like got a lot going on in it. Depth, I say. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this really, right, you get the card Time to Go, which is a 9. But look how similar the images are. This is the energy coming up for you of just like, of your person moving on. And there's like a new doorway to go through. You might not see that right in the end of just like there's a new doorway, moving into new energy, moving through that doorway over the threshold into something new. It's just like, it's time. This relationship is making them realize, yeah, it's time to leave that behind. That part of myself who was afraid to love. Because this is what I want. You know, what they want in their heart of hearts is this Queen of Cups, is to be able to connect to somebody. It's nice energy. We have finances and career. That's a weird one to come out. It's not really chiming in with the rest of the reading, but it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So there may be money issues here. Maybe somebody's struggling financially. Maybe that's why they kind of feel unworthy, because they feel like they can't provide. That they've kind of been drifting along a little bit and not kind of putting money aside, or not really knowing where they're going. And that's maybe why they feel like they're not good enough, because they're just like, oh gosh, if I want to have a real relationship and kind of be with somebody, I need to kind of have a clearer idea about what I'm doing. I knew exactly what I was doing. I'm just saying they don't have a clear idea, but they do. I knew exactly what I was doing. That's interesting. That's an interesting message from your person. So it's like, you're just like, do they know that they're hurting me, or do they know that they're keeping me in this limbo? And they do, but they don't like showing up to life as that way. They don't like being that way. We have, I remember every detail of that day. So there may be a special day in your mind, or, you know, perhaps there was a day where you had a particular argument or a disagreement, and there's this energy of just like regret with that. But also for some, that's the main message I'm getting, but for some of you it could be that they, you know, remember the day that they met you, or a special time that you spent together that they really think about, which they treasure, is what I'm hearing. We have the card Go Slow. Take time to get to know each other. So just an energy of taking your time and getting to know each other at a new level is what I'm hearing. It takes a long time to get to know the real person. You know, I've been with my husband maybe 100 years now, or whatever it is. And, you know, I'm still learning things about him. So, and he's been on his own little spiritual journey. So he's getting to know himself, and I'm getting to know him in a whole new way. So, and we're going to get the card Soulmate. I love this for you. I'm getting chills, actually. Getting little goosebumps coming up. So definitely this person is your soulmate. If you've been wondering, your soulmate loves, accepts and respects you unconditionally. So moving towards unconditional love with this person. Okay, but this is definitely a very significant connection and like a catalyst for triggers, but also for growth. that's everything that I have for you in this reading. It has been my honour to read your cards as always. I've loved it so very much. If you feel called to, please check out Misha. She's my friend. She reads the Akashic Records. She is extremely gifted at what she does. She's offering Lumiere subscribers $11.11 off her Akashic Record reading. If you've ever been tempted or feel called to look into your Akashic Records, then there is no one better for you to connect with than Misha. She is just so beautiful and insightful. So the Akashic Records are an energetic library of your own soul. So if you want to find out more about this connection, a past connection, your soul's purpose, where it is that you're going, why you've come here, who you were in a past life, what your soul mission is, right? All this stuff, Misha can help you to dive into that. So it's a really, really beautiful, cathartic, insightful process. So check that out if it resonates. Misha's details are in the description box. You can find out more. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you love and blessings. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 2, this is for everyone who picked the beautiful Aura Quartz Point with these beautiful inclusions in it. Okay, let's take a look at some oracle cards for the general energy surrounding your connection. Find out what's going on under the surface in this connection, what's going on here, to give you some insight, some clarity, hopefully, as to what's going on for you both. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is very interesting. You've got the card Trust. I don't think I've ever drawn this card before from this deck. I absolutely love this deck. This is, I think it's the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. So the sense that I'm getting here, there's a palm tree on here, so that may be significant to you, and a new moon, okay? So, but trust issues is what I'm hearing. It's kind of like quite a direct message here. There may be that these questions in your mind, or doubts, you know, maybe you're doubting some of their behavior, or doubting kind of how they're showing up for you, doubting their feelings, or the connection itself. Or it could just be that there are trust issues showing up in this connection, just like that question of like, can I really trust you? These messages can resonate vice versa, right? So just remember that, you know, can I trust my heart with you is what I'm hearing from Spirit as well. So it's just like, can I trust my heart with you? And there's this moonlight image on here as well. So it's just like saying that things are kind of, I don't know, not shady, but just a little bit shadowy. Like there are some things that need to come to the surface. We have the card Voyage as well. This is definitely a journey that you're going on together, like a spiritual, emotional journey that you are sharing. This beautiful whale image on here as well. So that's really talking about the psychic abilities, your ability to be able to connect psychically or energetically with one another, even if you are apart. Okay, so it feels, it's powerful because there's this whale and they're carrying this kind of baby whale on these strings or in like a little net or something. So it feels like one of you may be carrying the other, like one of you's more emotionally stronger than the other in this connection, or more emotionally, you know, has a higher EQ, or is more emotionally mature, or something like this. Or you just feel like one person is carrying the other kind of forward, like one person is the driver of this relationship, of kind of deciding the direction of moving it forward, and the other person's just kind of like not putting as much or enough into the connection, like not investing enough, and it's just like being carried along by the process. Is what I'm sensing from that situation. This is the card that you get. This is the Lover's Oracle. It says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So a beautiful reminder from Spirit that your happiness, your future happiness does not depend on another person. You know, you bake the beautiful cake of your life, you ice that beautiful cake, you make it as delicious and as nourishing and as magical and as lovely as you want to. And a relationship or this person is just the cherry on top, okay? So a relationship is something that adds dimension to our life. This person is someone who adds dimension to your life, but they are not your life. So this is just saying, look, Maybe you've lost yourself a little bit in this connection, you've forgotten who you are, you stepped out of your power and just said, well, and handed over your power to this person a little bit. This is a reminder from Spirit that you have the power to step into your power, to get centered and grounded in yourself, to remember who you are, right? Anchored in yourself, you'll feel much more solid. So maybe at the moment you're just like a little bit this, a little bit that, a little bit, your emotions are kind of getting swept about all over the place. Getting centered and grounded is this reminder that you have the power. You have the power to say no. You have the power to set a boundary, right, around things, and you are completely entitled to do that. And that makes you authentic and makes you a strong person. So the power here in this connection is with you. So kind of stepping back into your power in case you feel like they are that they are in the driving seat of this, that they're making all the decisions, and maybe it's you that feels like you're being swept along, right? Because they're calling the shots, maybe, right? I'm getting like two different scenarios. Maybe they're calling the shots and you're going along with things that you're not particularly happy with or don't make you feel really expansive and blissful and good. Or for some, you feel like you're kind of dragging them along in your wake, and setting the tone of the relationship and kind of moving things forward and organising the dates and organising to spend time together and reaching out to them first and all of this, and they're not sorry, I've lost my thread. They're not kind of getting on board with that, okay? You get the Six of Wands as the overall theme of your reading. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius showing up here. It's like, let's explore this further. I'm not getting a lot of messages from here, but it feels like something to do with like the surface, like wanting this connection to be successful is what I'm hearing. Definitely wanting this to be successful. And maybe from the outside, there's something about it that it looks good on paper. Like you look like a really lovely couple together. People think that you're a really great couple, that you have really good times, and that anybody from the outside looking in would think that this was a really good match, or that you were in a perfect situation or whatever. But it feels like there are but behind closed doors, or the truth of it is that there is some other emotions at play, or that it's more complex than it looks like. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here as well. Again, that energy that I'm picking up on as well, that's too many, of being kind of up on a pedestal a little bit. You know, maybe somebody's put the other person kind of slightly out of reach a little bit, or thinks that they're a little bit more special than they actually are. I'm not saying that your person isn't a special person, or that you're not a special person, but just getting that like out of perspective, right? You are equals is what I want to say. Okay, they're not any better than you are, even if they've got more money, or they've got more followers on Instagram, or they've got a social media presence, or they've got a lot of friends, or they're very successful, or they drive a fancy car. They're not better than you, okay? You know, maybe they're giving you this vibe of just like, you're lucky to have me, for some of you, not for all of you, or you're lucky to be in my life. But that can sometimes be a cover-up for like an inner insecurity, and that isn't the truth of that. If there's like, I don't think they've said that to you directly, but if there's like an underlying vibe of just like, I'm the catch here, you're lucky to have me, I could have anyone that I want, I could just pick somebody else at any time because I'm so good looking, or because I've got this car or this money, or I come from this family, or I've got these social media followers, that it's just not the case. It's something that they're doing subconsciously. This is like their shadow self, in order to kind of have you in their life, because they feel like that their authentic self, that who they are, just as they are, as they show up to life as their kind of natural, raw, authentic self, that you wouldn't be interested in them, and that they need all the toys and the trinkets and the attention and the followers and the this and the that, or the job or the prestige or the money, in order for someone to love them, or in order for you to be interested, because you are so magnificent and you are so special and you are so amazing. And they just think that 3D things in order for you to notice them or take interest, whereas if they were just to turn up just as their authentic self in an old t-shirt, just kind of with nothing, just kind of with their hands in their pockets, just saying this is who I am, take me as I am, or just like this is, they feel like they don't have value if they don't have all these things. They feel like their value is in all these external things, right, and not in who they truly are. But I feel like what I'm hearing from Spirit is you can see who they truly are. This is just a belief that they have. It's a limiting belief. It isn't the truth. These are the hidden energies, right? But you can see who they truly are, but they don't trust that trust message again. They don't trust that that would be enough for you or for somebody, for them to love them. It makes me feel a little bit emotional, actually. Okay, so you get Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Chariot in reverse. So Cancer's energy showing up here very strongly as well in this reading, as well as Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that's showing up a lot of earth energy here. So it feels like this connection felt like it had a lot of potential for growth for the long term. It does feel like it had a spiritual component as well. Like it felt a little bit magical, that it felt very special. Again, there's this energy of a persona that I'm picking up on, right? A persona. That somebody in this connection is just showing up as a persona and is reluctant to reveal their real self, okay? But it feels like the past energy was just like, yes, there's so much potential here, there's a lot of room for growth, that it felt very, very good to begin with. And it's like with this Chariot in the reverse, that things have really stalled, right? That things have maybe ground to a halt, that you don't know where you're going and you don't understand. This really represents a block. And it's a block to carrying this forward, and it's a block to going deeper, right? And I feel like you've got a lot of questions around this. And just like you feel like you've got so far and then you've reached a brick wall. So you feel like they won't let you get any closer, or that they're evasive in some way, right? Which may throw up those questions about the kind of trust things, because you feel like there is something that is hidden, that they are hiding from you. And it's because they are hiding something from you, but it isn't what you think it is. What they're hiding from you is their real self, because they feel like the real self is not enough for you, okay? And that's the wall, that's the block that you are coming up against, that you have reached, right? And you're just like, you see who they really are, right? They show that their more vulnerable side, maybe late at night, or, when you're in intimacy, or when they've had a few drinks or something like this, that more vulnerable side does come out of your person, and you see their real self. What I'm hearing is you see glimpses of it, and yet they won't fully let you in, and you're just like, you're not understanding what's going on, or why they can't be that person, but this is acting as a block. This is what I'm sensing with this Page of Pentacles. It's just like you're getting glimpses, and you're just like, I know there's more. I know there are more facets to you. I know that there are deeper parts of you, but the block is that they're keeping that hidden from you, right? And that this is causing it to stall, to not be able to kind of move forward with that. Okay, you get the Four of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So Leo's energy showing up again very strongly. Also Aries, Sagittarius energy here as well. There is this kind of hot and cold kind of energy that's showing up here. This is sort of you as well that I'm seeing. I feel like there's this energy of just like, there's a lot of lulls. It feels like when you're together, it feels very intense. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of sensuality. Or just like a lot of action, like they're really blowing up your phone. You're in a lot of conversation. You really feel like they're in your life. And then there's this lull, this quietness. And this is the push-pull dynamic, right? That we're seeing here. This push-pull dynamic that they are kind of in. This could be more physical in the 3D, or it could just feel more, something that you're sensing. And if you're just sensing it intuitively, you're not wrong. Okay, you're just like, if this is making you feel like a little bit like you're not on solid ground, or it's not particularly stable, you're not wrong about this. This is what's kind of happening. So it feels like they're kind of in your life, and then they're kind of quiet, and they pull away a little bit. Or you end up in some situation where you've got no contact, or they don't talk to you for ages, or you don't get a message from them for ages, and then you get a message out of the blue. But when you're together, it feels like it's on fire. It feels like really passionate. It feels like you're really, really connected. And then there's this quietness. And this is causing a lot of anxiety for you. It's making you feel like you're not on solid ground. It's making you feel like you don't know where you stand. It's making you do this thing where, and this is natural, whereby you're trying to fill in the gaps. So when things don't quite make sense, our minds, as a tool, try and fill in the gaps, right? And yet the story that we make up to try and fill in those gaps isn't necessarily the truth of what is actually happening. Right, so you may be thinking, you may have made up a story in your mind of just like, I'm not good enough, or I'm smelly, or I'm not attractive enough, or he or she prefers this other person, right? This may be the vibe that you're getting into, or some sort of limiting belief, or they'd like me more if I was slimmer, or if I was more attractive, or if I was taller, or if I hadn't have said this thing. And then you're going on things in your mind where you're just like, oh, what did I do wrong? And you're trying to pick apart your, like, it's like you're trying to be a detective, trying to kind of, or forensically looking at things, trying to figure out what it is that you've said or might have done wrong to have caused them to go quiet in this way, or to not text you for 5 days, or to, like, you text them and then they don't text you back for an hour or 6 hours, right? And you're just like, why is this going on? And it's causing a lot of anxiety for you, okay? But it isn't you. Spirit wants you to know that this isn't you. This is a pattern in themselves. This is how they're showing up. So it's just like this energy of stepping into your power, not doubting yourself, right? You're doubting yourself, and you're doubting what you're believing and what you're seeing. And Spirit is saying, be empowered. You know what it is that you feel. If you look clearly, you can see what's going on, right? And that's going to put to rest a lot of that anxiety. And again, this King of Wands is about really kind of getting back into your own power, getting back into the driving seat of this situation, not holding out for a message for them, not holding out for them to tell you what it is that they want or that they love you, you know, not having your inner peace disrupted or destroyed by what's, you know, by their issues or by what's going on with them, right? Wow. Okay, so your person gets 3 of Swords, 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. This is how they're showing up right now. So you've got 2 4s together. So 4-4 or 4-4-4 may be a sign for you in this connection. You want to look out for that. That's a sign that Spirit is talking to you about this connection, who is that you're being supported through this. So, but your person is really showing up in this place of extreme self-doubt is what I want to say with this 3 of Swords, and of pain and loss. Okay, so some sort of heartbreak, some sort of heart wound, maybe as a result of this connection. I feel like they're hurting, but with this 6 of Wands they're not showing it, and that they have this heart wound. It's like the heart has been pierced by some sort of experience, right? That was very close to home is what I'm hearing with this 4 of Wands. So it may be that they had an issue with their home life. Maybe this is really specific, but maybe they were adopted, or, you know, maybe their parents divorced and it really upset them. It created this wound within them, right? That they carry forward, which, but perhaps you aren't aware of or you don't know of. Again, we're looking at the hidden energies, those shadow aspects, right? We're going deep today, just so you know, if this reading isn't what you were expecting, right? So they carry this pain within them, this heart wound. It's what I'm hearing from Spirit is it's something that is unhealed around kind of feeling safe, feeling at home in themselves, feeling kind of safe in their own body, safe in their life. This is causing them to kind of abandon themselves a little bit, and it's causing them to show up in a way that is a little bit unbalanced, and then you pick up on that and you feel like you're unbalanced and you don't know where you stand. Your person is very despondent as well with this Four of Cups. They may be showing up as like, I can take it or leave it. Maybe they have depression or anxiety or a little bit like this, or they go through periods where they don't feel very good about themselves, you know, where they have low self-esteem or where they're not feeling very good about life or about themselves. I feel like they don't understand this at all, and these feelings come over them, or they get into this feeling state and they don't understand why they're feeling like this. And yet it feels like a big struggle for them and it feels really bad to them, right? And very uncomfortable. And this may be why they kind of pull away, or why they're a little bit wishy-washy with you. Or, you see, again, it's nothing to do with you. If they don't text you back for hours and hours or days and days, it's because they've gone into this mental headspace where they're not feeling good about themselves and they don't feel like they can show up as their authentic self. So they're just like, I only want to connect when I can be confident and when I can be fun and when I can be easy and breezy and light. That's what they want. They think that's what you want to see, and like that vulnerable part of themselves where they feel rubbish, where they feel crap about themselves, where they feel like they're not good enough. They feel like they can't show up to life as that person. Okay, we get the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse, and the Five of Swords showing up here. So there is this element of, there's just no winners here. Okay, so it's just like, they haven't woken up to the long-term potential of this connection. They haven't woken up to, like, they don't understand their own self-worth, their own magic, right? And that may lead them to be blind to your magic, to your value, to how magical and special and amazing you are, right? And so it feels like there's this kind of battle of wills, or that there are sort of no winners in this situation, because it's like they're just asleep to it. They don't understand why they sometimes feel like this, that they feel like they're in this state of struggle, this inner struggle. They don't understand it, and it is causing like a sort of a sticking point with this situation. They're asleep to self-reflection, really, you know, to getting help, or to self-inquiry, right, to kind of understanding themselves better. And as a result of that, it's like you can't win. It feels like you can't win with them. Okay, the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is a kind of future and advice here. So, yeah, you can give this a go. Definitely. There is this impetus, this opportunity here for you to work on this with this Three of Pentacles energy. This can be worked on. I don't want to say this is all going to be magic and unicorns and rainbows and roses and whatnot, but there is this energy here to kind of work on this in order to kind of give this a go. And if you don't have any expectations of that, if you can kind of meet them where they're at and understand this about them, then this can work. Queen of Swords, this is about like you putting yourself first though as well. Always in this thing, when you put yourself first, they will respect you more. So when you set those boundaries, you may be afraid to set those boundaries because you're just like, well, then they won't want to know me because I've got these boundaries. But in reality, those boundaries will create a framework for them to understand you better and to feel safe. And this is very important to them, to feel safe in this way. So You can go on this journey. This can be worked on a little bit at a time. You can learn from one another, is what I'm hearing. But you must put yourself first, and you must set those boundaries about what feels bad to you. And that's what you do. You tune into what feels bad to you, and then you express that. It doesn't have to be fierce. It doesn't have to be harsh. It's just like, when this happens, it makes me feel like this. That's what a boundary is. And they are going to respect that so much. When I don't hear from you for hours, it's not like putting the blame or guilt on them, and it's better to say things in person, right? When this happens and I don't hear from you for hours, it makes me feel afraid. It makes me feel abandoned. It makes me worry about you, or whatever it is, right? These are just examples, right? They're going to really respect that, and it's going to give them this opportunity to get closer to you. And in doing so, they will be able to feel safe to open up to you. Oh, I love this for you guys. I love you unconditionally. I nearly teared up just then. So despite all this, I feel like we've been looking at a lot of the shadow aspects. There is love in this connection. They do love you. They do want to be this person for you who can love you, who can be in this relationship, who can be in this connection. It's just like they see you as very pure, right? And I'm seeing like the dove of peace. They see you as this energy of purity, right? They feel messed up, and they feel like you've kind of got it all going on. That you've got it all going on, and yet they feel messed up. And like, and they're not as good at doing this as you are. And they see you as kind of very pure, like in some way they have some shame around some of their experiences that they've had, that it sort of makes them less than. But this is what they love about you. They see you shining your light. They see that your heart is open, and they see you as very pure and like this beautiful energy in their life of someone who can give and receive love, who is, just this energy of purity, right? Of kind of, who is harmonious, who is peaceful, right? And maybe if they come from a situation that has been quite harsh or quite difficult, and that you're like this, I'm seeing this very calm sea, and you make them feel really good like that. So yeah, that is everything that I have for you in this reading. We have definitely covered all aspects of what's going on here. I hope you found it beneficial in some way. Do give it a like. It's a beautiful way of supporting free tarot here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. If you feel called to, you want to find out more about me, check out my website. It's linked down below, lumieretarot.com, and my books, Attract Soulmate Love and Feminine Frequency. Okay, it's about feminine energy, creating more magnetism and harmony in your relationships through feminine energy, and then also through feminine energy communication. So if you are the feminine energy partner, so that's the partner who likes to receive, who likes to be pursued, or you want to develop more feminine energy in yourself and show up to relationships from that energetic space, then these books are definitely for you. I've written these books from the heart. It's very comprehensive. So all the information that I wish I had known years and years ago. So check that out if it resonates, but have an amazing week. I'm sending you love and blessings. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading, to everyone who picked group number 3, and this beautiful amethyst chevron point is such a special piece in my collection. All right, let's take a look at the general energies surrounding your connection with your person. What's going on with you? See if we can get some insights. This is an opportunity for you to get some insights and clarity into your connection with your person. Oh my goodness. So we have the card Stand Still. So maybe that you are in a stalemate sort of situation, or that you feel like this connection is really ground to a halt. That's been a theme through these readings today, through the other groups that I've done. So maybe you feel like this connection is on ice, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Maybe they've told you, can you wait for me, or this isn't the right time, or can we have a break, or something like this. Maybe you're in no contact for some of you, or you just feel like it's just not progressing. You're just, what I'm seeing as well, as a wheel that's kind of going like a hamster wheel, just going round and round, or like a treadmill or something, but you're not making any progress. You're not getting anywhere with this situation, right? We have the card Release. So this beautiful autumnal image, so the fall or the autumn may be significant to you in your connection. Perhaps you've got a birthday in that time. But this is about kind of releasing some of those past experiences, some of the negativity, or those limiting beliefs or patterns is what I'm seeing. So this is how to kind of overcome this block or this stagnation. So Spirit is really saying that something needs to be released in order to move forward. So we will delve into this deeper as we get through the reading, but there's definitely this energy of maybe there's the kind of releasing the need for an outcome, a particular outcome, just going, if it doesn't go in this particular way, then I'll never be happy, or life won't be as good, or something like this. There's this invitation from Spirit to let go a little bit, to let some things fall away, or maybe even to kind of let go of this connection energetically. And in doing so, you find that they come back to you stronger, is what I'm hearing. So, maybe you just say to yourself, I'm kind of done with this, or I'm done with showing up to this connection in this way, or being this person, is what I'm hearing. There's just a release of something that feels very heavy, that something feels like, that doesn't feel good to you, is what I'm saying. It's a release of something that doesn't feel good to you. And it is no longer in your highest good. If you hold on to that energy or that pattern or that situation, it's going to lead to stagnation. It's going to lead to a stagnation in your spiritual growth. So there is an invitation here to kind of flow with the situation and with things. Okay. This is so beautiful. Earth energy here coming out with this tree, connection to the heart chakra, like the green ray, the green light of the heart chakra as well. So it says, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of your circumstances that you currently find yourself in. So your happiness isn't dependent on things turning out a certain way. You can choose to tune into the energy of abundance, the energy of joy, the energy of happiness. Life is full of so much goodness. Okay, can you, invite that into your life and just tune into it and just know that your life is full of so much goodness, so much opportunity, so much possibility, right? There's so much in you. I sense that you are a very rich person. In terms of your character, there's so many facets, there's so many different things that you could explore, that you are interested in. This is about taking your energy back onto you, onto yourself, and letting your light shine, right? And knowing that you deserve to have a love that can feel good to you, that can feel blissful and joyful. And maybe that's that release of that idea. There is a limiting belief or like a misconception out there that I see a lot on YouTube. It's both in dating sites and in the tarot, tarot sites, lots of different places this shows up, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere, that love is difficult, that love needs to be a challenge, or like pushing a rock uphill or an uphill struggle. And that isn't the case. So maybe it's a release of that belief that love needs to be a lot of drama, or a lot of work, or a lot of hard work, or a lot of struggle in order for it to happen. So this is like an invitation from Spirit to tune into joy, right? The joy of this connection, the joy that you experience with one another, the laughter, the shared exchange, the goodness, the good feelings that are there. So maybe that is all still there. So it's like a diamond that's been covered in like a compost heap or something like that. And the compost heap is all the past experiences, the crosswords, the difficulties, the struggles, the challenges, the inner blocks, right? It's all just kind of weighing down. But inside that is a diamond, right? That's what it seems like here, a shining diamond of brilliance. But it's beneath all of this life experience, or what you've shared, or your belief in difficulty. And it's saying, can you connect to that diamond energy? The energy of abundance, the energy of lightness, right? The diamond reflects light and rainbows, right? Can you focus, shift your focus, release that from the what's going to happen, what's going to become of me, I can't live my life if I'm not with this person, and shift back into abundance of like, there is so much goodness, there is so much sweetness and beauty to be enjoyed in every aspect of my life, in every chapter of my life, in every area of my life, and I'm going to choose to attune with that. And in this connection, I'm going to tune in with what's good, the good times that we spend together, or the good times that we have spent together, or the things that are going right with us, right? Shift your focus and release some of that. And it's going to make you feel lighter, so much lighter in yourself. Whoops. Right, so the general theme of your reading is the Six of Pentacles, but it's come out in the reverse. So this is saying that there is like a lack of reciprocity, right, is what I'm picking up on in this connection. Maybe you're putting all the effort and the energy into this connection, and the other person isn't really pulling their weight, is what I'm seeing here. Or you're kind of pouring your heart into this, and you feel like what you're getting back isn't as much as you're putting in. You're like, a relationship should be 50-50, not 80-20, not 90-10. We say that a lot here on Lumiere, and I just feel like you are pouring your energy into this, your time into this, your beautiful love and your heart and your passion and your uniqueness and your unique frequency into this person and into this situation. But the investment that you're making, which is beautiful, which comes from a really good space, you're not getting that return on investment. You know, when you put your money into a savings account, you want to see it grow, and you're not getting that back. So it's like this energy that they're not meeting you halfway with this. Like, you're making the plans, you're making the time for them, but are they doing that? You know, do their actions match their words? Do their actions match your actions? Or do you feel like you're the horse and they're the cart, and they're just kind of following you? And like, if you feel like if you didn't show up for this, or if you didn't call them, they wouldn't call you, or if you didn't text them, they wouldn't text you, right? Or you go through phases of that. I feel a lot of sorrow around that as well. Okay. Wow. You get the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Six of Swords in your recent past. So I am wondering whether this is something, whether this connection really feels like it hangs in the balance. Maybe you've been separated physically, right? You've not been, maybe it's long distance and you've not been able to get together physically for some of you, and that's been causing a lot of anxiety. You're just like, what are you doing when we're apart? Are you still invested in this? I can't feel your energy, right? For some of you, or you've had to physically go separate ways because of your work or your responsibilities or your circumstances or your family. Like, they're in one place, you're in another place, and that you're physically separated. It could also be, and that is causing some anxiety and some challenges, and you're just like, I'm not feeling like I'm connecting with you, you're not turning up for our Zoom calls, this isn't really working, right? Or this could be more energetic. Maybe you've decided to call this a day, or this has ended. This is something where this is ended, and you're just like, but I can't let go of it. With this standstill and a release, you know, maybe they're not putting any more investment into this connection, and you're just like, either you've decided that it's over, and you've had that break, or you just feel like they've pulled so far away from you that you can't sense their energy anymore, and it feels like it's over to you, even though they haven't given you closure and they haven't said the words. And this is making you feel really intense, really, really sad, really lost, really lonely, very resistant. Okay, and if this is the case, if this is your story, I'm really sorry that that's what you're going through. But let's explore this more and see what's going on. But either way, it feels like you feel like they can't feel their energy, or that they've pulled away, or that they're moving on from you, or you're worried that that's what's happening because you feel like they're not really making the time for you, right? If this isn't your story, right, this is a very specific message, then please know that Spirit does want to connect with you today, and so maybe, you know, if you were drawn to one of the other groups, or just check out my playlists and just see if there's a message for you in one of the other readings. All my readings are timeless, okay? Okay, you get Two of Cups. I nearly forgot that you were there then. I just went to the inner world. That sometimes happens. I'm always drawn back to the inner world. That's being an INFJ for you. Two of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles side by side. So two queens here, that may be significant for you in your connection. Beautiful Two of Cups. It's like you see this person as your soulmate or your twin flame, and this is why you're struggling when you don't feel their energy, or that you're struggling to let go of this, or to kind of maybe move on from this if this is something that you're already that you've already decided that it's sort of over or whatever, but because you're just like, but I feel like we are two of a kind, I feel like we're a perfect match. And you are soulmates. You're not wrong in that. If that's what you've been, how you experience it, you are soulmates. Remember, we have lots of different soulmates in our lives. In our, you know, a soulmate can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can be a teacher, right? It's soul family. And you're not wrong about that. This is somebody who you resonate with on a deep level. This is someone who's been brought into your life to give you a very specific message. And to ignite your power is what I want to say. There's a couple of messages that I'm getting through here. One, they've come into your life to ignite your power, right? That's it. That's what, you know, we'll explore this further, but this person is here for a reason, and they are the key to unlocking your soul's purpose. I'm getting chills, like goosebumps all over my body, to unlocking your soul's purpose, to unlocking your power, so that you can step back into your own power and recognize your value and how amazing you are. And perhaps you haven't seen that before, but there's something about this experience, either now or as you progress forward, which is the key to unlocking this, to you understanding your own uniqueness, your own amazingness, right? Your own specialness, your own, how incredible you are. And that you have a unique role and a unique place to play in this time-space reality as it is right now. They have come as a messenger to you. They have come as the deepest friend, as the deepest soul friend, soul messenger, to come to you just to say, look how incredible you are. You have got it all. And you need to remember this, because you have forgotten who you are, and you need to remember. And regardless of what's happening and what will happen between you both, they have come as a soul messenger. This is the hidden energy, to remind you how amazing you are, and so that you can step into your power, and then you can be the bright light that you are destined to be in this lifetime, to help other people, to shine your light, to illuminate the way for other people. So it may be the case that you are a starseed, or an empath, or a light, definitely a light worker in this life, and you have forgotten that diamond that we were talking about has been covered up by so many different experiences and struggles and challenges and conditioning, right? And false perception, right? And nonsense, just nonsense of, like, the world that we live in is so much nonsense, right? There's so much nonsense that has covered up your brilliant diamond light. And your person has come here to remind you of that. And I don't know how they're doing that. Maybe it's in a small thing that they say. Maybe it's in a remembering, right? Or connecting to something, or maybe it's because they treated you so appallingly badly that they push you out of that darkness and towards your own light, home to yourself. I don't know, but this is their message, right? That you are an empowered god or goddess, and this is what they're bringing you. The other message that I'm getting, which is quite specific to do with your connection, is you're both showing up in your feminine energy, right? There always needs to be a yin and a yang, the divine masculine and the divine feminine in any connection, in order for it to be successful, in order for there to create the spark of attraction. And it feels like the reason why this isn't working, it feels like it isn't working, or that you've reached this standstill, or that you can't move forward, is because you're both in this feminine energy. So you may want to explore feminine, masculine energy in relationships. Teal Swan, her channel, she doesn't mess around with her messages. There may be something on her channel that you can find that's going to give you a greater insight into this, but I sense that you're both showing up in your feminine energy. And there may be some shadow feminine energy in there as well, of kind of wanting to be rescued. And Spirit's really saying you don't need to be rescued because you are an empowered god or goddess, right? So maybe you were hoping to sort of rescue each other, or you were resonating on the level of each other's wounds and not, you know, as wound mates and not as soulmates. So maybe you believe that you're soulmates and you're definitely from soul family, but this is the frequency that you've been connecting to. And this time you're both showing up in feminine energy, and this is why things may have died off or died back or aren't progressing. It's because there isn't that spark of attraction which draws you together when one is in the masculine and one is in the feminine, because you're both in your feminine. Okay, you get 8 of Wands in the reverse, the 9 of Cups, and the Emperor. Sorry, I haven't done any star signs. Leo's energy showing up here really strongly. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. And then we've got Aries showing up here as well in this reading. So it's just like this 8 of Wands in the reverse came out in group 1 or group 2 as well. So there is this energy of things being at a standstill, things not having a strong direction in which to go in. What is the message that I'm getting here? This is your person's energy, right? I feel like there's this, they do really enjoy you, right? This 9 of Cups. You are this kind of dream come true for them. They see your specialness even though perhaps you can't see it. I feel like there's this energy there where they're sort of happier when it's on their own terms. A little bit. Or when some of this 6 of Pentacles in the reverse may be because they're not used to thinking or having to consider somebody else, perhaps. It's like they're very much in their own energy, and they are very much used to only having themselves to think about, you know, their responsibilities, their time, their agenda, their you know, whatever it is that, you know, that whatever it is that they've got going on in their diary, you know, they're just used to thinking about that. And there is this energy where they're kind of not sure how to include somebody else. It's like this energy where they're kind of, yeah, they would be happier if they stepped into their divine masculine, is what I'm seeing. And this is a process that has stalled for them with this 8 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, there is this need for them to step in their divine masculine with the Emperor showing up in this way, of having a strategy, of having a plan. And that they would be happier if they did level up in that way and they did have a plan as to which direction to go in, because at the moment they don't know which direction to go in. But I see them being able to do this. This is why they're showing up like this. This is the process that they're going through. It's going to resonate with them because this is their energy when they step into their power. So maybe the catalyst is for you to step in, you know, you're helping them to step into their power. They are helping you to step into your own power. And they're going to feel so much happier when they do this. It's going to make them feel, it's like this energy where they feel out of control with this 8 of Wands. They feel a little bit out of control, and things are going to feel much happier for them when they take the lead, when they make a plan, when they level up, when they step up. And I see them being able to do this. right, with these energies, which I love. You do bring them a lot of happiness, a lot of emotional fulfillment here. In this connection. And it's just like they haven't always known what to do to kind of make it work on a practical level in the 3D. But I really, really see them leveling up, and this creating a lot of happiness for both of you, of like a decision being made about what it is that they want. They need a lot of space, is what I'm hearing as well. Like emotionally, right? When they feel overwhelmed with their emotions, they don't come towards you to talk things through. They retreat, and they need space to work it out on their own. I think that you want to talk things through, but your person needs space, and maybe they need space right now to process some things. And if you can honor that, then they're going to really pick up on that. It's going to make them feel really respected, and that's going to make them feel really safe. I feel like in the past they haven't been respected, maybe in their work, in their family, in their life, for what it is that they've done. They felt underappreciated, and this has caused issues in them being able to connect. It's very important to them that they feel respected. So maybe if there's been an emphasis on the things that have made you unhappy, or have made that, or have gone wrong, it has made them retreat into their feminine energy, or made them passive in some way and not take action. So it's just like remembering to share what you're thinking already, of just like, oh, I love it when you do that. I love it when you take the initiative. I love it when you take the lead. I love it when you're thoughtful. It's gonna really, really vibe with them. And it's, you feel those things, but maybe you don't always say them, right? And we all do that, you know, we just like feel a certain way and we're in our emotions, but then perhaps we forget to express it. So, but I don't know what it is, but there's a message here about like they're having a desire within them to be respected, and that in connecting to that, in feeling that, it will cause them to level up. I'm not saying you're disrespecting them in any way. It's quite unique to them, that sort of key to what makes them feel respected. So it's not like you're going about disrespecting them, right? Because you love them unconditionally, but there's just something here where they're just like, I want to be respected. But that's going to be like a real catalyst, a real trigger for them leveling up. Let's see what they want to say to you. Twin flame. I haven't had this come out for ages. Ages and ages. Twin flame connection. This is a divine counterpart connection. This is what I was saying. We were talking a lot about the divine masculine, the divine feminine. If you've been wondering if this is twin flame, this may be your twin flame that you're dealing with right now. Definitely a soulmate though. But there's this energy of like, I don't know who's who, like you not knowing who is the masculine and who is the feminine, and there being some shadow masculine and some shadow feminine showing up in this connection. We have the card decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. We see that here with that opening the reading with standstill and release. It's just like, should I let this go? That's the big question here that seems to be hanging over this, of just like, is it time to let this go? Should I release this? It's like you want to know once and for all. Wow. I have so much I want to say to you. So it's just like if you're in no contact, they really want to communicate this to you. There's a lot that's on their mind that they want to say to you, that they have to tell you now. Or there's a lot that they're keeping under the surface that has been unsaid. Maybe they haven't had the right time, the right opportunity, not been brave enough, right? Have I see you in a new light, new fresh energy coming in. There's like a realization that has happened as a result of this pulling away or this time apart. You know, maybe they see your value, or they see something about you that they hadn't seen before, that wasn't revealed to them. My feelings for you are growing. So maybe that's what they've seen. They didn't kind of connect to their deeper feelings prior to this. And now they're experiencing some growth. And their feelings are going kind of deeper. Maybe from friendship into love, or it's like they didn't see the potential. We have abandoned. Maybe someone in this, yeah, we're definitely picking up on that with that 8 of Cups and that 6 of Swords, of just like maybe you feel like you've just been left high and dry, that they've just abandoned this connection, not let you know what's going on with them. Feeling very confused about this. We have compromise. So there is a middle way. You know, we see that with the 6 of Pentacles showing up here, that energy of just being like, yes, there is a middle way here between you both. And it's just like maybe that struggle has been like an inability to make a compromise, or your person won't compromise. Like I was saying, you know, about the Emperor and that kind of need for control in there as well. You know, it's just like they're happiest when they're calling the shots, or they feel safer, is what I want to say, when they're in charge, or when they're kind of calling the shots, is what I'm picking up on. And so they may be reluctant to compromise, and that may have been an issue for you. We have regeneration. This is so nice. That phoenix from the ashes energy. So you may feel like you've moved on. This is a 46, breaks down to a 10, breaks down to a 1. So this is the completion of a cycle between you both, right? This is what I'm seeing. So it may feel like it's over, or that it's done, or that it's kind of not happening. But I see like this tiny little, like this barren earth, like after a wildfire or something, and then these tiny new shoots coming up. So there is that possibility, if you can open your heart to it, for regeneration, for new growth, for understanding each other better, for making that compromise, for them kind of showing up in this new way. There is, but that is very tentative, it's very delicate, it needs a lot of nurturing, you know, it needs the water and the sunlight, it needs that nurturing in order for it to grow and to blossom. So there is possibility for renewal here, but it's like it needs tender care, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay, it's been a really, 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 really kind of in-depth, deep reading. So I hope it has given you some clarity or some help in some way. Please give it a like. It's a beautiful way of supporting free tarot here on YouTube, you know, which is free to you. I don't know what I want to say. I've kind of run out of steam. It's been so intense. But yes, thank you so very much for joining me today. It's been my honour to read your cards as always. If you want to find out more, you want someone to connect to your energy directly, do check out the offer that Keen are offering our community. So it's 10 minutes for just $1.99. Such a good deal. I always find it's a really beautiful way of like just finding if you resonate with your reader, you know, getting someone that you connect with, maybe having one question answered, you know, or just finding someone that you resonate with. Sorry, my battery just died, but yes, check that out. Check out Keen if it resonates. It's all linked in the description box below this video. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you love and blessings, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. You take care. Bye bye.